This lesson is going to be on solving special equations. Look at this problem. This problem isn't much different from the other problems that we've solved so far. We're going to see a difference once we start solving it. So I'm going to start by combining my like terms. 2x plus 2x gives me 4x, plus 2 comes down, equals 4x plus 2. Now I'm going to subtract 4x from each side. 4x minus 4x is 0. The 2 comes down. My equal sign comes down. 4x minus 4x is 0. And I'm just left with 2. Now when my variables get eliminated and there's no variables left, and I'm left with an equation that is true, that means I have infinite solutions. That means that I can substitute in any number for x to make this equation true. And it makes sense because at a certain point I had 4x plus 2 equals 4x plus 2. Both sides of the equation were the same, so it doesn't matter what variable I use. What is the solution for this equation? So I'm going to start by distributing the 4. I'm left with 4x minus 4 equals, now I'm going to distribute the 1/2. Half of 2x is x. Half of negative 8 is negative 4. I'm going to subtract x from both sides. 4x minus x is 3x. The negative 4 comes down. X minus x is 0. And then the negative 4 comes down. Now I can add 4 to both sides. When I do that, the 3x comes down. Negative 4 plus 4 is 0. Gets eliminated. Negative 4 plus 4 is 0. But since there's nothing else on that right side of the equal sign, I'm going to have to still write my 0. Now, I divide both sides by 3. 3x divided by 3 is just x. And 0 divided by 3 is 0. So I have x equals 0. Now in this case, my constants got eliminated, but that's okay because I was still left with the variable. So in this case, x equals 0, that's my solution. What's the solution of this equation? I'm going to start by distributing the 8. So I have 8x plus 16 equals 2x plus 16. I'm going to subtract 2x from each side. 8x minus 2x is 6x. Bring down my plus 16. 2x minus 2x is 0 equals 16. I'm going to subtract 16 from each side. The 6x comes down. 16 minus 16 is 0 equals 16 minus 16 is 0, and I need a number there, so I'm going to put a 0. And I can divide both sides by 6. 6x divided by 6 is just x, and 0 divided by 6 is 0. So x is equal to 0. Solve this equation. I'm going to combine the like terms on the left-hand side. X plus 5x is 6x. Plus 4 comes down, equals, now I'm going to distribute the 3, so I'm left with 6x minus 3. I'm going to subtract 6x from each side. 6x minus 6x is 0, so the 4 just comes down. 6x minus 6x is also 0, so the negative 3 just comes down. In this case, my variables got eliminated and I was left with two numbers that were not equal. If your two numbers are not equal, that means there's going to be no solution. So there is no possible number that I can substitute in for the x to make the equation true. And if I look at my equation at this point, I had 6x plus 4 equals 6x minus 3. Since I'm doing 6 times a number and then adding 4, that's never going to be equal to 6 times the same number and then subtracting 3. So it makes sense that there is no solution for this equation. Combine like terms on the left, 3x plus 7x is 10x. Plus 1 comes down because it has no like terms. Distribute my 2. 2 times 5x is 10x. 2 times 1 is a positive 2. I'm going to subtract 10x from each side. 10x minus 10x is 0. So I'm just left with the 1. 10x minus 10x is also 0. So I'm just left with the 2. So now since 1 does not equal 2, that means this equation also has no solution.